Many traditional foods in Guatemalan cuisine are based on Spanish and Mayan cuisine and prominently feature corn, chilies and beans as key ingredients. There are also foods that are commonly eaten on certain days of the week. For example, it is a popular custom to eat paches on Thursday. Certain dishes are also associated with special occasions, such as fiambre for All Saints' Day on November 1st and tamales, which are common around Christmas. Varieties of Guatemalan tamales. There are reportedly hundreds of varieties of tamales throughout Guatemala. The key variations include the ingredients in the masa dough, in the filling, and what it is wrapped with. Tamales in Guatemala tend to be wrapped in green Maxan leaves, while chachitos which resemble Mexican tamales, are wrapped in corn husks. The masa is made out of corn that is not sweet, such as what is known as feed corn in the U.S. In Guatemala, this non-sweet corn is called maize, and the corn that Americans are used to eating on the cob, Guatemalans call elote. Tamales in Guatemala are more typically wrapped in plantain or banana leaves and Maxan leaves than corn husks. Additionally, Guatemalan tamales use cooked masa, which is prepared in a time-consuming process that requires a significant amount of work. Tamales colorados owe their name to the tomato and achiote that give them their color. Wrapped with corn masa and are stuffed with tomato ricado, roasted red bell pepper strips, capers, green olives, and chicken, beef or pork. Tamales negros are darker and sweeter than the red counterparts due to the chocolate, raisins, prunes and almonds which are added to them. Other black tamales are not sweet but are simply made out of black corn. Tamales de elote do not use the typical masa but instead are made out of sweet corn. These may contain whole kernels of corn in the masa and do not generally contain meat. Chachitos are a very typical kind of Guatemalan tamale made using the same corn masa as a regular tamale, but they are smaller, have a much firmer consistency, and are wrapped in atuzes instead of plantain leaves. Chachitos are often accompanied by a simple tomato salsa and sprinkled with a hard, salty white cheese traditional from the Zacapa region. Chachitos are very common and are commonly served at luncheons, dinners and celebrations. The masa can be mixed with tomato ricado or with a meat broth. Tamalitos de masa are smaller than the typical tamales because they are usually plain in taste, with no filling, and are used to dip in other foods such as soup, salsa or beans, rather than eaten alone. Tamalitos de chipilín and tamales de lorico are other variants of the aforementioned tamalitos de masa that have said ingredients added to the mix. Paches are a kind of tamale made from potatoes or rice instead of corn. List of typical foods. Main dishes: desserts, pastel de banano, a type of banana bread; tortitas de yuca, laca; chancletas de guisquil, sweet chayote covered in whipped egg whites and then fried; arroz con leche, the Spanish version of rice pudding; atol de elote, sweet corn atole; buñuelos, torrefas y mollets, different kinds of sweet bread soaked in syrup, which may or may not have a filling; relenitos de plátano, small balls of mashed plantains filled with sweetened black beans, fried and sprinkled with sugar; garbanzos en dulce, chickpeas in sweet syrup; repolitos con dulce de leche. Snacks: tamales de frijol con chiltepec; chacos, the Guatemalan version of a hot dog, which often includes guacamole, cabbage, and mayonnaise; chicharrones y carnitas, fried pork skins and fried pork meat chunks respectively; tostadas de guacamole, frijol o salsa, fried corn tortilla with guacamole, fried black beans or tomato sauce; tacos de carne o pollo, fried rolled-up corn tortillas filled with meat or chicken; yuca con chicharrón, boiled cassava served with fried pork chunks. Traditional food: Dia de Todos los Santos fiambre, which can be white or red, depending on whether the pickled vegetable salad in it contains beets. Ayote en dulce, a type of squash boiled in a special sweet syrup. Jicotes en miel, a variety of spondias purpurea, a fruit boiled in syrup. Empanadas de ayote, a type of squash pastry. Other salpicon, chopped meat, radish and mint leaves served with lemon juice. Cholvan, a version of salpicon made with fried pork skins. Caldo de huevos, an egg-based consommé typically eaten as a remedy for hangovers. Guatemalan ceviche of fish, shrimp, snail, clams or a mixture of all. Chamal chapan,